Good morning.
Welcome to Peanut Barrel.
He's laughing at me. Okay, so this is a different mic than we had the last time, so I'm not sure. We are next to the road. You may hear a little traffic. We're sorry about that if it's loud. But hi, good morning. Welcome to Bean and Barrel.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Stacy. We had a little unexpected network issue we did not anticipate at all, so we had to figure that out. So we're very sorry we're late. We have Kristen Wilson. Hey.
For all you nerds out there, continuity camera does not work on separate networks. So we're using the default Mac camera, so sorry if it's a little shaky or if it's a little blurry, but it is a beautiful day.
It should be good. I think we've got decent quality. Let us know if you're having any trouble hearing us or seeing us, but I think from our end it looks like we're good. We're at Melton Lake in Oak Ridge, so you can see the water behind us. We have the rowers. They're practicing or training, or maybe they're just out having fun, not training for anything. I don't know.
Can you all hear us okay? Let us know. We're going to do a French press today. So we haven't done a French press on the channel yet. We're really looking forward to that. Probably need to go ahead and get her started.
Yeah. All right. So today we've got, they said it's looking good and they can hear us. Okay. All right. Awesome. So sorry, I have to just reach over here a little bit. Which one are we doing first?
We'll start with the lighter roast first.
The Ethiopian. Okay. So I'm going to pop that up here. We just chose 2 roasts from Kroger because we thought it would be easy for quite a few of you to find. We're starting with our lighter roast. So you want to let them know about your ratio and
so typically this is about a little less than a ½ ounce scoop. You usually want about an ounce scoop to 12 to 16 ounces of water. So pretty much an ounce of coffee in a French press will give you 2 cups of coffee. Now this is probably the most robust coffee that we're going to have on the channel because, I mean, you extract and you let these grounds sit in this water for quite a while before you're able to drink it.
I don't know if I said hi, Fallon, but I knew you were planning on joining us. Are you with Al? Are you at a coffee shop? What did you decide to do?
And what I did here was just let these grounds bloom a little bit. We've got about an ounce of coffee in there, letting them get some of the aromas out, and everything will mix together after we let these sit for a second.
How long do you usually let it bloom in there? Is it kind of like a pour over, 10 seconds or 20
5 to 10 seconds or something like that.
And then we'll fill her up.
Yep.
Awesome. Are you guys sipping on any coffee this morning? Fallon and Al are having coffee on the couch.
Oh, excellent.
They had some fun at a corn maze last night, I heard.
I think for our cups today, that should be more than enough.
Yeah. We'll probably be pretty robust then, but that'll be great. We like a robust coffee.
We do. And for your water temperature on this, you want around 201, 202 degrees, which is pretty much perfect for what we boiled and let sit in the car.
Yeah, this little guy's working out nice for us for our little travel experiences here.
It is, 63 degrees right now?
62, yeah. So it's beautiful. Yeah. It's still going to get on the warmer side today. We're probably looking at 75 or so, but we're ready for the cool to stay.
And the colors and the foliage around here, it's just about peak for us. Yeah. It is absolutely stunning outside.
It is. The squirrels are making some coffee. We've got some mist in the mountains. That was something. It was your grandfather that always said that to you,
right?
Yeah,
my great uncle used to always say that. Whenever he'd drive up early in the morning and saw some of the dew and mist rising off the mountains, the squirrels were making coffee.
I think it's so cute. We love to say that now. I'm going to get you back in here a little bit. All right.
And for a French press, you usually want to let it sit to 3 to 4 minutes, depending on how much extraction you want to have. If you haven't had French press coffee before, it is super robust and really neat way of brewing. You can also do loose leaf tea in a French press. So very versatile, good thing to add to your collection if you haven't had one.
And you can adjust it. Like if you don't want it to be really robust, if you want to weaken that, you can change the amount of coffee you use, ratio with water. You can adjust that and just kind of play with it and see what you like. Fallon and Al are drinking New England coffee, cinnamon and hazelnut. I love it. We went to Texas Roadhouse yesterday for lunch, and I had just a black hot coffee, and it was so good. I think it was some sort of hazelnut. It seemed like it had a hint in there, but I don't know what they used, but it is very good. Oh, Kristen said that's her favorite flavor. That's all. Is that how the roast comes, cinnamon and hazelnut, or did you combine anything? I love both of those.
Gosh, I was taking it in this morning. It's beautiful.
It is. We've been waiting for fall for so long.
Crows up in the trees yelling at us.
Gonna see some bikers go by in a second. It's a pretty great spot. This is only about 5 minutes from our house, so it's really easy to find a nice spot in nature. Take a walk if you want, go biking. We used to come here and run the couple times in my life that I've tried to run a mile, you know.
You did good. It was a lot of fun. It's a great time because Calhoun's is right here on the water too. So if you need to get a good meal after.
Yeah, absolutely. Calhoun's is delicious. So it comes like that, cinnamon and hazelnut. That's awesome. That sounds really good. I would love to try it. Thanks so much for joining us and sharing part of your morning.
Yeah, I feel like I don't talk as much during these because I just take it in. It's just nice.
We'll just hang out together and relax.
We're just about time to push down our grains in our French press and try our first coffee.
Yeah,
I mean, we're really big fans of Ethiopian coffee. I mean, it's been super good. We did the fresh market Ethiopian last time, and we liked that the best out of that selection. So. And these are all available at Kroger. So if you
I can't remember, is Kroger up north, you guys? I know Hannaford's is the big one, but do you have Kroger there too? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure you said where you were, but can you tell me again? Oh yeah, we're at Melton Lake. We may have driven by it when you were down here, Fallon. It's pretty close to our house. There's a long road that runs along the river. And there's Calhoun's at the end near the intersection. I'm not sure if you remember, but yeah, they don't have Kroger up there. I would say out of anything we have up there, it's probably like Hannaford's. Yeah.
Is it Publix? Is Publix up there? Or is Publix more south?
I think Publix is more south. Do you have Publix up there? I can't remember.
All right.
We have Hannaford's and
you can see where
Food City, I think.
Our grains have opened up a little bit. I think it's time to
press. They were all floating,
yeah,
and then they've started to drop. I see. I haven't done a French press very often. I know some people prefer it, and they do it all the time. That's their preferred method of brewing. Oh, hey, we've got Josh in there. You think it's just a Southern chain? Yeah.
Look at that.
Josh, we had your Macallan on the whiskey tasting.
Yeah, thank you for letting us get that. That's definitely a difficult bottle to get a hold of.
That looks beautiful. We haven't had any coffee yet. We save it for the tasting, so we're ready. If Shaw's oh yes, Market Basket. That's what it was. That's probably like Food City. Hannaford's is like Kroger. Shaw's. That's kind of like a Kroger too, I guess. Yeah. Do you have a fresh market up there? Josh said he's always burnt his coffee doing the French press. Like you used too hot of water, or did you just let it brew for too long? Or?
Over extraction with French press is real easy to do. Usually when you start seeing that film of oil come to the top, and you can press down a little bit and see if you're going to get those oils, that's usually about the time you want to press. Right now we've got a little bit of oil on the top. It looks like a pretty pretty good French press right there.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see how she smells. Oh, it smells nice and clean, and I get a little nutty.
Definitely, the nuttiness is like right up front. Little smoky in there.
Yeah. And again, this is our lighter roast. We started with that, and then we'll go into a medium. Josh said he was so sick when he realized he missed the stream. Alabama had him in a tizzy. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, they have Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Aldi's. We do have Aldi's.
Ooh, that would be, so Whole Foods is a good idea because that's
that's everywhere.
Global. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Let's look at some of their selections.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Do you have any favorites from Whole Foods? And have you tried their coffee? Ooh, I smell like a little bit of light citrusy in there.
Yeah, there's some citrus. Absolutely.
Smells so good.
I think we should give it a sip. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
It's bright, but also a nice balance. It's rich still, even for a light.
So that acidity you get up front, and that's pretty unique to French press. You're going to get a lot of those robust, almost like that shock that people refer to when you first sip. But then it'll go away. I mean, that first sip, it is so nice. I love it.
That's delicious. I'm not sure how you say the second word. Yirgachefee, maybe? Ethiopian Yirgachefee?
I'm not even going to try.
Josh said, over extraction is the perfect term for what I do. Probably just let it sit too long and it gets slightly pungent. Yeah. And it can change with your roast too. Like, is it, I had a little printout the last time. Was it the light roast that you want to use a lower or higher temperature? Can't remember. And maybe not as long, like don't brew for as long.
Typically, I think the light roast you want a little bit higher of a temperature and not as long.
But you usually go for like a medium to darker roast, right, Josh? So good. I love it.
You know,
he usually goes for a medium.
I do miss doing French press because we haven't done one in a very long time.
No.
And
that's really nice.
It is super nice to do it.
And it doesn't take long.
It doesn't. It's a really good way. And usually with a French press, your courses or your grind is pretty coarse.
Yep.
So you can even see like the individual granules in there.
Let me see if I can get it close enough that we can see.
It's usually pretty coarse.
You want it. You can see it.
Almost like kosher salt.
Yeah.
I think we did ours on an 8 grind, which is pretty medium, but our grinder does a little bit thicker.
We did a little bit finer with the pour over. Yeah. We were closer to like a 5, right?
And that's what usually does good for the paper filters.
Kristen's off to the gym. Thank you for jumping in.
Thanks for dropping in.
Thank you. Have a good day. Again, sorry we were late. We were really bummed that we did not foresee that network issue.
Yeah.
If anyone's curious, what we have been doing since we got the Mac is we use my phone camera when we do our whiskey streams. It's called continuity cam. Pretty much as long as your phone camera is in a stable stand, your MacBook can connect right to it and use that as your camera. But for some reason, the MacBook only wanted to connect to my personal hotspot. It wouldn't connect to Nick's, and you can't do the continuity cam and the hotspot at the same time. So we were like, well, we're just using the laptop camera. But it's good quality. I think that works out. We just have a little less flexibility with like our height and stuff. You know, our other stand, we can adjust quite a bit. So
we had a beautiful setup too. We had the truck backed up with the leaves in the background.
Yeah, but this is still gorgeous. It worked out. But that's what we ran into, and we'll figure something out for future episodes. But
gosh, so nice, so good. This would be a good one, Josh. If you're into like having a cigar with some coffee, this is a good one to balance it out. This is like lighter. You almost get some of that cocoa. It'd be a great cigar coffee because it's your cigar is going to give you like that richer, deeper smoke, and this is going to complement it very well.
Absolutely. Josh said it looks good on the laptop camera, so that's good. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, we had the truck backed up. We were going to use the truck bed as our little table and stand behind it and use our stand, but we just had to shift a little bit. But luckily we had our trusty picnic table nearby and it all worked out. Yeah, I think what you were saying about having this like with a cigar or something, it's light enough that I don't think it's going to take away from.
Absolutely.
I think it would complement it really nice. But I'm sure it's great to have a dark roast with a good cigar too. Just depends on what you're having and what you like. We're not too particular about that. Perfect mix with a Java mint is what I'm hearing. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. This would be really good.
This is like, it would be a nice soft compliment. It's almost like your Java mint would be your meal, and this is your dessert.
Yeah.
Like
That's a great way to describe it. It really is. And this one's not as sweet as, I guess that's kind of unique to French press too. You don't get a lot of the sweeter blends. So if you were to like,
I almost got a leaf in my cup.
That's one thing. The robust and it clings to the robust and smokier kind of flavors.
I still get a sweeter citrus out of this though.
Yeah, there's still some of it there, but it's not like the pour over where you get a lot of those caramels and you get a lot of those sweets.
We should do a side-by-side maybe next time of the same roast, do a pour over and a French press and see how they differ. That would be really cool.
And with the French press, you're naturally going to get a lot more extraction. You're going to get some of those oils. You're going to get lots of aromatics from the French press versus the pour over.
You have a little less control though, I would think, because it's like once you pour and it goes through, that's it. But this, you can let it sit for longer if you want, that sort of thing.
If I know a lot of people who love like the bitters of coffee, so they'll over extract on purpose to get more of those bitter components. So that is kind of one thing that's nice about the French press.
Just same thing on your palate.
Yeah, same thing with tea. A lot of people like that earthy component, and they'll let it sit a little bit longer.
Like some people will take their tea bag out of their tea after the appropriate amount of time, but I just usually leave mine right in there. I just leave it in and drink away. But sometimes I have noticed, depending on which tea, leaving it in there towards the end, it can get a little bitter, I guess.
Yeah.
But I just usually leave mine right in.
I got a real citrus juicy sip out of the last one.
We made a really delicious drink the other night. Speaking of tea, we did apple cider, just regular, jug of apple cider that you can get at the grocery store. Warmed it up on the stove. We didn't add cinnamon, did we?
I don't know. I don't think
we did. We just did regular apple cider on the stove, and then we took a caffeine-free stash chai tea bag and steeped it in the apple cider. He took his bag out. I left mine in, and it was delicious. It was amazing. If you want a nice chai cider, that was an easy way to do it. And then I added a little whiskey. Made my own version of a hot toddy, I guess, but probably has a different name. I just don't know what it is. Oh, hey, ASMR Whiskey. Good to see you again. That's how you like it. Is it really over extracted? There you go. It's not. It's extracted perfectly just for you.
I love it.
Did you end up going home to have a Scotch evening when you joined us last?
All right. Hope you need
just
a little water.
Me a little. Thank you.
And the ratio for us, a lot of
I'll get
people
you a little.
will differ. What was the quote last? Your mileage may vary.
Oh yeah.
We love the 1 ounce to 12 to 16 ounces of water.
I never remember the ratios. I don't know. My brain just has a hard time remembering that. I need to make a nice chart for myself for what is typical, and then see, he has the best memory of what we do and what we like, and I just ask him. He's my memory. So, okay, let me switch our banner. We are going on to the medium roast. So this is the Guatemalan Antiguan. So we had told you about this one. We actually popped into our espresso machine and it made really nice espresso.
It was awesome espresso. Probably some of the best espresso we've ever had.
Mm-hmm. Here, let me swap you out now. That way you can see it.
And when we refer to blooming the grounds, I don't know if you can really see, but there's this kind of foam that shows up on top of the grounds that will start giving you, gosh, the aromatics coming from it is incredible.
My nose is not getting it right now for some reason, but it will soon. Oh, there we go. Now it's coming towards me.
Mm-hmm.
That smells great. Ooh, yeah, it's a little richer,
Yeah,
a little deeper. That's beautiful. This is fun because you get to see the process. You make a nice little mud at first, and then and then you can see them all float to the top.
That's actually a good thing. If you've got kids, you're like, yeah, you got to mix this mud up for me.
And then it seems like when it was about ready to press, they started to sink back down to the bottom.
Yeah,
is that kind of what you look for for your timing, or was that just coincidence that?
Sometimes you'll see a lot of them, soak up some of that water and start dropping to the bottom. But yeah, it's typically 3 to 4 minutes. Yep. And
it's awesome.
Gosh, it smells. This one is going to be a lot more rich. I can smell it.
ASMR, what do you usually like for coffee and how do you make it? What do you prefer? That's such a good point. If that's how you like it, is it really over extracted? Well, to the technical professionals, yeah, maybe. But we are all about drink things, eat things how you like it. I mean, yeah, there might be an appropriate way according to some, but it's all what you like.
That's why it's so hard to comment on some of the things that we don't like. Some people might like it. I'm not super big into chicory coffee, but there is a huge following behind chicory coffee that likes that root that's ground up with the coffee.
I don't think I've ever had it. That might be a fun one to try.
Yeah, it's really intense and smoky.
They did go spend Thursday evening with some. Oh yes, the Glen Farkless 25. We ended up looking that up. We were really curious about that, and we're excited to try to find some version of it.
Yeah, that's gonna be neat.
Yeah,
I'm sure Scott will hook us up with that.
Gosh, it is so nice out here.
It is. I'm just taking it in. I love it.
You see me stretching a little bit. I've been struggling with some muscle pain this week, and last night was not a good sleep night. No. I could not get comfortable. The dogs couldn't get comfortable. He, I think, is coming down with something.
Yeah,
and
the changing of the seasons, you probably heard in my voice this morning, is not fun.
Mm-hmm. But this is such a great way to start the day. Thank you again for being with us and sharing part of your morning. ASMR, you are in Vegas, right? So it's even earlier for you. Mm-hmm. It's a couple hours earlier. I think we've got about 10:30, 36 here.
We were out in Vegas in August, and it is very interesting. The dry heat down there was 110 on some days.
Yes.
But
oh my gosh.
I mean, it was still hot outside, but it was tolerable.
It was, and I don't like the heat at all, really. And I think I over-prepared myself, which was good because I was like, okay, it doesn't feel as bad as I thought that it could because it was dry. But if you're stuck out there, walking in it for a long time, it got a little oppressive, especially if you're on black pavement.
Yeah.
It definitely got hot and a little uncomfortable, but it's not like the humidity that we get here. I mean, when you have even 80 and humid here, that can be hard.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah, pretty gross.
And they said they were dealing with humidity. It was like 30%. And they said, yeah, it's humid out right now. We're like, what?
I know. Because we have like 60, 70. Yeah. So ASMR says, I discovered from a Vietnamese coworker that hickory coffee is the U.S. coffee popular in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
And Rob's here just getting to go out for lunch. Awesome. Where are you going to go have lunch? Hello to the family. Josh said, so I said I like medium coffees, but I can't say that with anything for sure. That's just what I'm drinking now. Maxwell House Medium House Blend. Nice, easy to find, all around good one, you know? Is that the one? The best part of waking up. Oh, no, that's Folgers. As I sang it, I was like, no, is that one something about the first? Is Maxwell House like the first?
I'm not
first
sure.
sipper. What's their slogan, Josh? I can't remember.
From your morning sip to your
They're starting to drop a little.
Yep, I think it's almost that time.
We didn't set a timer or anything. We're just kind of going with it. Nice dump truck.
That truck having an issue.
He's clunking around. You're thinking Calhoun so close to us. Woo-hoo!
Oh, excellent.
You should just drive by. And we'll probably be finished up by the time you get down this way. Good to the last drop. That's what it was. It wasn't first. It was last.
Yeah, good to the last drop.
The last drop. What's the kind of all around good one that you mentioned that you used to like? Chock full of nuts.
I did like chock full of nuts. And you know, I liked JFG too, and that's made in Knoxville.
Yeah.
So
what do they say about the chock full of nuts? Oh, everybody's got a can in the garage with all the screws or something like. I love it.
I like the U-Bon too.
What's that one?
It's another Robusto coffee, but it's like in a brown container.
One of my friends that I used to work with, he likes it's the yellow bag. Is it Cafe
Bustelo?
Yeah, Cafe Bustelo.
Oh yeah, we're getting some oils on top now.
Woohoo! Oh, so you do a little press and see what you've got.
Yeah.
Nice.
Almost time. I'm gonna give it a minute.
Josh said JFG isn't bad.
Yeah, that used to be my go-to before work.
It just comes in the brick, right?
The solid bricks, straight up Robusto, and it was good. So when I say Robusto, that's the kind of bean that typically they use. Robusto is very popular. I think Latin America?
I think so. I won't read any notes or anything, but I'm going to see what this guy says. All Arabica.
So, and when you do your press, if you haven't done a French press before, go slow and even, because you don't want to break that seal between your grinds and your little plate that's pressing. If you do, you'll get a bunch of nasty grounds in your coffee, and nobody likes that, unless you do, and then just pow.
So I was looking back since we've already tried the light roast. It is light-bodied floral and citrus. And we definitely
got the citrus components out of there. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Josh said his favorite used to be Folgers 1885 Lantern Blend, but I think they discontinued the 1885. Oh, I hate when that happens. Find a favorite anything, and then they're like, bye-bye, we're switching it out.
Yeah, it's like we were just at Cracker Barrel the other day. They got rid of the pot roast.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, not the pot roast, the roast beef, and switched it to the pot roast.
Is that what it was? I know. His dad was very upset about that. I seem to run into that with perfumes. I find a favorite, but they tend to be the ones that they like swap out each year. Like they might have their signature lineup, and then they'll have a special one that they change. And the one that they change happens to be the one I like. And then I'm like, oh, man. All right. What are you getting for aromas?
I get cocoa right off the bat.
For sure. Cocoa, a little caramel.
There's a little bit. We may have touched the over extraction point because I do get some industrial notes in there. But I mean, gosh, it smells so
really good.
Yeah, I still get that nutty component from like the other one too.
Oh, this will be nice. You can tolerate heat a little bit more than I can, so let me know if it's too hot. Let me know if you think I can handle it.
You can handle it.
Okay. Stinks when you burn your mouth right off and then it messes with your taste
This
buds.
one, you don't get that like super shock like you did with the first one. It's very smooth.
You don't get that bright acidity.
Yeah.
It is
very smooth and earthy. I love it.
It's more robust for sure.
Absolutely. Definitely deeper. A lot more flavor. Like a lot of richer flavors are in it.
I really enjoy it. I think just from my first sip, I actually really liked the brightness that I got from the lighter roast. But this is amazing as well. Make sure if y'all pick up anything. Nice, smooth. I get some chocolate. For sure.
Some chocolate, a little bit of smoke in there. But it hangs on to that caramel chocolate kind of note to me.
It does.
It's really nice.
I think if I had to pick one, I would pick the first one because I liked the kind of layers of flavors that one had. This one to me is a little bit more
one-dimensional, almost. Yeah, I could see that. I think this definitely clings to the richer notes and doesn't really stray from them.
Yeah.
The first one was definitely multi-dimensional.
I can see how this one did make a really nice espresso, though, for us. Yeah.
I mean, that a lot of people look for that caramel and kind of chocolate from an espresso.
Yeah, it's good.
It is.
It's so nice.
I feel like this one's holding heat more, too, than the first one.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if maybe the oils, kind of the fats in there, kind of hold on to that a little more. Oh, so nice.
It is.
And what I love about doing this is I think this would be a nice way to find out what you enjoy without even adding anything to it. And of course, kind of like I say with whiskey, I mean, I started with coffee and the sweetest things, like the iced lattes that are flavored up and sugared up. And then I slowly started to shift. And so, again, I think it's an acquired thing sometimes, and I still will add all kinds of things. I love to just make new concoctions at home, but this is a nice way to see what you really like for flavors and what you can drink black. And
if you do like adding stuff to it, you could see like, I think if I added, some vanilla to this, it would make it really,
or like
take it to the next level for you. Yeah.
Maple or honey it's nice to try it first and see what you think would be a good addition.
Ooh, I feel like there's like a cherry almond or something in there.
Let's see. Cherry almond. I can get some deeper, richer fruits in there. That's nice.
But it really is hanging on to that caramel. Really good.
Chocolate.
You know what would be
nice deep.
You know what would be really good with this? Like if you use this in a tiramisu, like we like to make.
Oh yeah.
So I guess that's where our espresso really would show up with this because it totally.
That would be great.
That. Yeah.
Fallon and Al said they drink their coffee black. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
No, you're good.
Oh, we love tiramisu. We need to make some soon. It's been a long time. Maybe we'll bring it with us on one of our coffee tastings and we'll have our breakfast with you guys. That's like my favorite thing when we make tiramisu. I just have it for breakfast. Hey, it's got eggs and coffee and
you can tell them about your tiramisu.
Oh yeah, Josh is here for that. He says he can't drink it black. Got to have some cream and sugar in there. Yeah, totally. It's so funny. I remember in college, I would struggle with my early morning classes, and people are like, "Oh, get a cup.
We've had a little caffeine now,
and we haven't eaten yet. Cup of coffee in the morning." And I would try, but my body couldn't handle hot coffee at that time. It would hurt my stomach. I didn't really notice that it woke me up. And it took me a long time to actually really get into coffee. I was more of a tea person if I had anything like that. But I can handle the hot coffee now. Mm-hmm. I still go to iced a lot. Even when it's cold out.
I wonder if
tiramisu from your wedding. So do you want me to tell the story? Do you remember?
I think you should.
Tiramisu. So Nick was actually away on a work trip when Josh and Maddie got married. And so my sister-in-law and mother-in-law came over to help me make some big pans of tiramisu. And it was the first time I was doing it without Nick. So I was like, okay, I've got to get this right. It's for their wedding. So excited. We made, I think, 2 big pans of it. They were in like the aluminum, just disposable pans with a little cardboard lid. And came out great. I had a little portion so we could try it, make sure everything was good. And so I brought it to the wedding the next day, and I had ice packs around it to keep it cold. And someone took it up to the clubhouse to, store it in the fridge. And whoever was prepping the food there, I was in a different building, so I didn't know what was happening. They were prepping the food. They didn't really look at what it was. And I get up there for the wedding and Maddie's stepmom said, "Stacy, I'm so sorry, but someone put your tiramisu in the oven and baked it. And you're not supposed to bake tiramisu. You prep it and you keep it cold." So I was like, what? I was so disappointed. Not only did I want to have some, I was sad for Maddie and Josh. They wanted to have some. And I was like, well, maybe we can save it. Let's see if maybe we just put it in the freezer. No. After you bake tiramisu, it's not going to work out. So Nick calls it tiramisu now.
Well, what happened? I was in a different location overseas, and I get a call from my dad. It's about 2 a.m. I'm waking up, just shaking off the rest of the night. And he goes, "Has Stacy called you?" And I was just like, "No, it's 2 a.m. here. She's not going to call me." And then he goes, "Oh, you got to hear about the tiramisu." I'm like, "No, it's called tiramisu." And he goes, "Oh, no, it's tiramisu." I was just like, okay. About 5 minutes later, Stace calls me.
You wouldn't believe what they did. They put it in the oven. So now I know if I ever do that for an event and I'm not there to set it up, we write on it, "Do not bake." Keep cold, do not bake tiramisu. It was not labeled at all. So, they just saw an aluminum pan and thought it might need to be warmed up. So here we go. Maddie says this will forever be funny. Yes, it will.
It will.
I can just hear Bobby on the phone saying just that.
Yep. He goes, "Did you hear about the tiramisu?" And I was like, "No, it's called tiramisu." And he goes, "Oh, no, it's tiramisu." I was like, "What?"
Yep. So don't bake your tiramisu. It doesn't work out very well in the end. Oh gosh, that was a sad but wonderful day. It was a beautiful wedding. We just didn't get any tiramisu that day.
Of course, it would happen at a wedding too.
Right.
That's just makes it even all the more perfect.
Yes, for sure. May I have one of your napkins over there?
Mm-hmm.
My allergy nose is being terrible. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, goodness. All right.
Well, I think that just about wraps up our
Yeah.
coffee tasting. So I know you liked the first one. I like the earthy and the undertones, the darker tones of the second one, the Guatemalan.
I love it too. I think it just depends on what you're feeling like. But I enjoyed the multi-dimensional aspect of the lighter roast. That was really nice. But yeah, so just at Kroger, their private selection. How much were they a bag? Were they like 12?
Yeah,
something.
$10 to $12 a bag.
It wasn't bad.
Like
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Just a reminder, we won't have our normal whiskey stream on Thursday. Nick will be away and it's Halloween, so we figured everybody would be out trick-or-treating anyway. So we'll see you in about 2 weeks.
Can you imagine Yosh on a screen with everyone knocking while we're trying to taste whiskey?
Yeah. I thought about doing the whiskey tasting on my own, but the dogs will just go nuts every time they hear the kids walking by. I was going to shut all the lights out so that no one came up to the door, but they hear them just walking by in the neighborhood and lose their minds. So they would have been barking fools the whole time. So we did not want to battle that. But what'd you get?
What's nice about the French press too is you get a little bit of that sediment in there at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people probably don't like it, but I love it because it's like all the richest flavors there at the bottom.
Yeah, for sure. I love our little glass cup so you can see the color and everything.
Mm-hmm. Thank you guys so much. This has been an awesome morning.
It was awesome. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you have good weather where you are and just enjoy your day. And thank you for sharing part of it with us. And we'll see you in about 2 weeks. Maybe we'll try to hop on and post a little something on social media in between because we don't like going that long without interacting with you guys.
The whiskey streams are a little more upbeat. It's kind of nice just to be here and just take nature in and have some
absolutely. Coffee. Have a great day, Fallon. I see your message.
Definitely throw out some recommendations for World Market or not World Market, Whole Foods.
Whole Foods, Whole Foods, since it is all over the country. Yeah, if you have any favorites that you have tried, or if you see any that you think we should try, or you're curious about, just stepped outside. How are you guys drinking hot coffee outside? Is it hot? Oh, that's Josh. Sorry, I thought I was reading Fallon's. So you have the same temperature we do. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Josh likes the cold weather like we do, but it's not too bad. With long sleeves, he said. I mean, it's thin. They're not totally. Well, he has a hoodie on.
I'm cozied up. I like it.
Oh my gosh, it's not too bad. Yeah, Josh likes to keep it Arctic in his. Yeah. Well, thank you again, everybody. Have an awesome day, and we will see you very soon.
Absolutely.
From your morning sip
to your nightcap.
Bean and Barrel's got you covered. Bye, everybody.
See ya. Thanks.